All right. This is for user Celavua. Celavua. In love with my best friend, but he's currently on a date. What should I do? As the title says, I, 24 female, am in love with my best friend, 25 male. We have been friends for 2 years now. He doesn't know that I'm in love with him. Okay. First of all, either the guy is a bellend or he's actively ignoring it. Either he's too silly to figure it out or he's actively ignoring it. I'm not calling him a bad guy, but I'm just calling him a little emotionally unable to read signs from females. If a girl likes me, I usually know it. He definitely doesn't have any romantic feelings for me. Okay, my question is, how do you know that? Do you know that? How do you know that? And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that if you know that, like if that's true, well, I suppose you've already answered your own question. But let's go into it. We had been sleeping together since January, but I knew from the beginning that it was only going to be physical. Okay, that tells me, here's what a lot of women do. Okay, now I'm going to say something controversial, but that's okay. It's because it's just my opinion. Doesn't mean it's a fact. In my experience, women need the things that come along with relationships more than men. That isn't to say that men don't need them. It's just that we need less of them or different things. I'll give you an example. In my relationship now, I'm 32 male. My girlfriend's 28 female. And in my relationship, I just pick on my nose. You catch that too? In my relationship, my girlfriend loves spending time and hugging and snuggling and doing things together, and she wants me to help her cook. She wants me to help her do the things that we do together. Like, she wants to do them together. I'm not so concerned. But then again, it's because I'm not really a fan of people. I love people individually. But the problem is, most times I go out with her to the pub, we're just having shallow conversations with people that I'm not going to meet again until the next time I go out with her. And so I'm just like, well, can we just fucking not? But I do it because she wants to do it, and she does what I want as well. So it seems to me to be the case that you have put your real desires on the back burner so you can get some of what you feel you need. A lot of women do this. Men do it. There's the old saying, women trade sex for love, and men trade love for sex. I don't know if that's true, but it's made sense in my experience. And what it means is that you want to be seen and felt and experienced and acknowledged, and the times that happens from him is when you're having sex. And so that's a very powerful thing to think about. The fact that one of the reasons you're going back to the well is because there's a few drips of water at the bottom. But the problem is now he's threatening to take that well, fill it up, and give it to someone else. When we first met, he was in a relationship, but they broke up partially because of our friendship last year. I didn't mind just continuing our friendship and friends with benefits set up, but he's on a first date with a girl now, and I'm worried that I'm going to have to sit on this secret and have to be heartbroken. We love each other, but he only means as a best friend. I don't want to get in the way of another relationship for him. I believe you when you say that, because you want happiness for him, and I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. You are a decent and good human being, because you're willing to see that you think he deserves happiness. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. But at the same time, I do. Bam! And I get that too, because you want him. You want him. It's not only possible, it's very common that we have two thoughts that contradict each other in our heads at the same time. I don't know what to do. Should I stop being his friend? No. Do I confess my feelings? Maybe. Do I stay quiet and heartbroken? I don't think so. Here's what you could do. Actually, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to give you your options. Okay. Option A, Essentially, there's 4. Option A, you tell him and it goes pear-shaped. Can you handle that? Option B, you tell him and it doesn't go pear-shaped, which is good. Option C, you don't tell him, but the resentment builds up and the disappointment builds up and the feelings that you have build up, and they will. And then you may have an explosion. Option D, you suck it up. You don't tell him. You never mention it. You don't let it affect your friendship. And you continue as friends until you're not. I mean, friendships, you've been friends for 2 years now. Friendships are not set in stone. We change our friends. Sometimes we don't. Like, I got a mate that I've been friends with for 20 years. I'm 32. And, nearly 20. And so, oh, God damn. The question for you is, can you hold it inside? Can you hold it inside? If you can, you might have some ground to stand on with continuing the relationship as the way it is. But that may change in the future. And that's okay. It's okay to change your mind. You know, you don't have to make this decision now and then that's the rule forever. You know, the one specific piece of advice that I would give you is don't tell the girl that he ends up with. Look, it could be the case that you tell him and you two start a relationship that works out really well. From what I'm reading, though, that's not very likely. So the question is, how useful is it to tell him? I don't think that you should keep it a secret. I think it's always best to be honest with the people that we say we love. But also the question I would ask you is this. Why do you think you love him? Is it because of the way he makes you feel? Or is it because of the person that he is? Because loving someone for the way they make us feel is not the right reason, because they will eventually at some point stop making us feel that way. Loving someone for who they are, that is the right reason, because consistency of character is a lot more consistent than the way they make us feel. Okay, and the first one about the way they make us feel is selfish. But if you love him for who he is, that's selfless. You know, it's selfish in a sense, but not greedy. It's selfish because you like him for your reasons, which is who he is. You admire who he is as a person, but God damn, girl, you've gotten yourself in a situation here, haven't you? I'm sorry that you're in this. I am. And I wish you all the best. But I would ask yourself those questions. Can you handle it, holding the secret inside, or must you tell him? Because those are questions that only you can answer. The other question I would ask myself is, what are the benefits and what are the pros and cons of telling him? Are you going to get him? Are you going to lose him? Can you handle either of those? And the other one that I would ask myself is, why do you think you love him? I'm not saying you don't love him, but is it infatuation? Is it because he's just there? Is there no other man for you but him? Because all of those answers require different action, you know? And so if it's the case that you can't be with anyone else, then you need to goddamn tell him and see what happens. If it is the case that you can bear this burden and then go on a move and find someone else while keeping him as a friend, go do that, you know? But I think that those are the questions you need to ask yourself. And when you have those answers, you'll have a lot more clarity in what to do. I hope I've helped. This is a very difficult situation. It's very grey. I hope that I've helped a bit. Probably not on this video at least, but we shall find out. Good luck.